All right, so I got it out on the bench here, and it's kind of hard, but of course, right before it was squeaking, but all right, we're just gonna try to take it apart and see what happens. So we'll take off the connections here. It looks like we can unplug it from there. And then I know we gotta be very delicate with this guy. And then we'll just continue on. Okay, so I started taking off the lower ones. Started taking off this one right there, and it wanted to start twisting it out of the alternator. So we're gonna leave these on and see if we can sneak it out so we don't have to touch that. Okay. See, I think we are gonna have to take those out because the case is gonna have to separate out. Okay. Pliers support the bars. Way, way back. Support them. Okay. Okay. Tweaked her back a little bit. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna have to modify this one a little bit because those are very rough sizes. So they strip easy. Okay, just a little notch. Okay, so it's just a retainer plate. And then so what that does, that's not gonna focus, but it slices a notch in it so then you can use a flathead. And then you can reuse it. There, just hold it up. Okay, I swear the fun stuff happens as soon as I turn the camera off, because I needed to double check myself because I was going crazy with how much pressure was coming off. So I had it sitting here and I heated it up, and as I'm Googling it, I kid you not, it blew off all the way over there. Okay, so it is pressed on. It just takes a lot and some heat to take off. Okay, now that we got that off, careful, it's still a little warm. Ooh, you can just hear it. Okay, so the one thing I was seeing is that they're not keyed. So just to make sure, just mark it so you can see where it lines back up. Okay. All right, that worked. Okay. Okay, so yeah, now I can see when you have it marked, if you don't mark it, let's see here, it just shifts, so. Okay, so the C-clip did not have to come out of the front to get it apart. Okay. Okay. I know you can't tell on there, but I can barely, like this bearing is, I can turn it, but it does not fit. It's loose, tight, it's messed up. Okay, so that one's easy. Okay, now, all right. So we're gonna be very delicate with this. So this should press in there. Okay, so we gotta press this out. Okay. Okay, so I just got my little press here. I've got a blanket down here to help. Just kind of positioned it in there. So. I had to get that C-clip out. That's why I put stuff under it. But yeah, we just pressed it right off the shaft. Okay, very delicate here. Okay, so then there's a clip on the back, then we'll push that out. That easy. Okay. now it's all play in this thing, and it gets tight, and then it all play. Okay. Okay, so we're just gonna take this as a 13. Okay. Okay, this piece is keyed. It looks kind of plasticky, so we're gonna be really careful with it. Oh, there it goes. Just took a little pressure, a little back and forth pressure. So you can see we're gonna put it back on the exact same way. You can see the mark without the thing there. So we're good there. Okay. Okay, maybe smaller ones. Okay. Got it. Okay. Now just to remove this, let me just grab that same puller. Unless we... I got something. It's like it was made for it. It's a suspension tie rod remover. Okay. Just right up in there. Okay. Okay. So let's just see how this goes. Simple. I can barely get this to spin. Wow. Okay. So, because I couldn't find any information online about which ones these were, I wanted to get them out, and then I'm going to go to a bearing store and I will update and I will put all the part numbers so people can get these before taking it apart. Okay. Okay, so I got them back. I will put it down in the comments. These are the ones my local bearing store had in stock that were the same. Oh, here we go. Okay. I got the new bearing going on. Okay. I'll space it with the old bearing. And then just use a socket here. Bam! Then we'll put this back together. Okay, so we got this snap ring here. Okay, and then You can see the smooth side, so that's where it went down. Okay, and we've got the nut, just like that. Okay, add a dabble of Loctite, hold on. Okay, got a little Loctite, just a little blue on this. Okay, nothing too crazy. Okay, oh. Okay, it wasn't that tight, it was more just a little nice and snug. Yeah. Okay. Now we got that. Okay. Now we're going to take this. I'm gonna do the little red Scotch Brite, and then we'll clean it up, and then we'll put it back together. Okay, so got it cleaned out. New bearing. I'm gonna go in. We'll just use the old bearing as the spacer there. Oh, look at that. Not gonna take very much to get it in there. All right, just a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm gonna set it up. Okay. I think it was just sitting in there because everything looks phenomenal. Yep, looking good. Still spinning. Okay, now for the big C-clip, don't forget that. Okay. Bueno. Okay. Okay, so this one is a little bit more, you gotta be very careful because you don't wanna push the center bearing out. As you push this through, it could push the bearing out. So, because this needs to go in there like that. So what I'm gonna do is grab the socket that protects and bites it right there. Okay, so what we're gonna do, come on. Okay. Clip engaged. Free spins beautifully. Okay, now to the next step. Okay, we got this. Everything looks good. There's no scratches, marks. I got some electric motor cleaner. I'm just gonna clean it out and clean all the dust and debris out of in there, and then we'll put it together. Okay, so I'm gonna find my mark that I did right there. Put that towards me, because I just like it right there. Okay, and got my little motor all put together, all clean. Okay, got my mark right there. This way it's good to mark it, so you can just kind of drop it right in like that. Beautiful. Okay, so I was doing a little bit of research, and if it's out there, I didn't try terribly hard, but I couldn't find it. But pretty standard across the board for like these little bolts that hold it. I'm gonna go about 8 foot-pounds, which little bolts is about right. So we're just gonna torque these down to about 8 foot-pounds. Yep, that feels good. I wouldn't go much tighter than that anyways if I was just doing this by hand, because these aren't crazy. Yep. Okay, all the way around. Okay. Those are all good and tight. Okay, so I was going back and forth on how to install this. It doesn't need to be pressed on very much. You can see it's very little, and then it just tightens down. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna, since I have the press out, I'm just gonna put it there and just snug it very lightly, and then I can zap it down. So I'm just gonna do that. Okay, so I've got that set up on the bottom, and then we're just gonna push this down a little bit. Yeah, did not take very much. Okay, so now that gap's nice where it was. I truthfully think you would be just fine either zapping it down with the impact or like tapping it down with a hammer. So it doesn't need very much. Okay, so add just a tiny bit of blue Loctite to the threads. Good to go. There's this. Okay. 24, in case I forgot to say that to you. All right. Okay, that's pretty much all it is. Good and tight. That ain't coming off. Oh, that's nice. That is so much smoother than it was. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now, oh, okay, so I'm gonna set this up like this, ish, somewhere in there. Okay, so now, let's see if I can set this up better for you. Okay, so now we got this. We got this sensor. I'm actually gonna go clean this real quick. Okay, so sprayed it off with electrical motor cleaner. Everything looks good. So we're just gonna drop it in here. I assume this is like a temperature probe or something. So we'll put that, just slides in there. This, that right in there. Okay. Okay, so there's that. This little ring. Okay, so you can see, I guess, no, I'm really bad at this, but there's a little bit of blue Loctite on them from the factory. So we'll do just a tiny bit. Okay, doesn't need a lot. Not like it actually holds anything, it's more just to keep tension on it and to stop it from vibrating out. Oh. Okay. Okay. Okay, I went a little bit too much on this one, so I just kind of shared it. trying to give it the stand. Okay. So, yeah, be so careful of these bars because, oh my gosh, are they soft. Ridiculously soft. Barely anything in it, just kind of getting it back into adjustment here. Okay. So, got the module. Pretty basic. Okay, so we're not going to impact that down. We're just going to torque it. Okay. I'm going to bump that up to about 12 foot-pounds, see how that feels. It's a lot of the evenness that I want, but there we go. Yeah, these are a little bit thicker than the case bolts. Woo. Okay. Sweet. So that's all good. Now, so then we got to put those bars back on. I just left them in order, so because it looks like they are definitely specific. Okay.
Hey, Dad. Okay. Mommy wants soda.
Okay.
What is the soda?
I'll come grab it. Pause, please. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Don't drop them. Don't drop them. Okay. So, I don't obviously have torque specs. Two. Okay. So good to go. One more time just to make sure. Okay. Okay. Good to go. And then you'll find that the connector on the bottom is like incredibly brittle. I mean, this truck has over 120. Let me see here. So these are the locking tabs, and they push in there. Well, it's just like paper. And if you touch it, it's like that one right there. Because I don't, it is what it is. Stuff happens in this. So what we're gonna do, I'll show you what I do at least to help make sure, because we don't want that to back out. Okay, so you can take like any adhesive, but I like silicone because it bites, but it's also, you can pull it off if you need to later. So you just need a tiny little dab. So we'll do it right up in here. And so what it does is when it goes up in there, it's enough to touch it, but it's not enough to lock it. You know, you still got to pry it out a little bit, but you don't want to, like, you know, glue it in there forever. But if somebody, or if you ever need to go back in there. Okay, so there we go. It has that O-ring, so it doesn't want to, you gotta get it in there a little bit. Okay. That is good. That is good.
Snug.
All snugged up. Oh, balls. Nope. Psych. Harness holder for this plug. My bad. Okay. Okay. Don't forget that. It's, you know, the less vibration for wires, the better. Okay. Round two. Okay. This bar locking support tab goes right there. Okay. So now, beautiful. Okay, back together we go.